Good evening, class. My name is Kevin Amerson. I'll be delivering my Session 5 Persuasive speech this evening. The topic that I've chose for this speech is very dear to my heart, and I hope at the end of this presentation that you will want to try this as well. My audience member is my wife. She's also my camera lady tonight. And the topic that I've chose this evening is gone camping. I don't have any visual aids. I don't have any camping videos to show you, but I've created a PowerPoint presentation that I'll be uploading along with the speech, and then I will tell you what slide we're on as we go on through the speech to tell you what slide we're on so you can follow along. But moving on to the first slide is that camping is the best type of family vacation. We got three good points that I'm going to lay out here tonight. The first one is camping is more cost effective. The average family spends less money camping than staying in motel rooms or hotel rooms for the weekend or the week. The second point I'm going to go over is camping is better than amusement parks. Camping encourages families to spend quality time together, where amusement parks tends to break up in individual parts of the family. And the third point is the most important part, I do believe so, is camping slows you down. It allows you to see all of God's wonderful creations that He has created. Moving on to the next slide, we'll go into the camping is very cost effective. As you see in the slide here, I've got two comparisons. You got a weekend camping cost, get a hotel camping cost. The carintent.com is where I got the information from, and they are pretty close in their estimations with most campsites and then with most hotel rooms. Now, be advised that wherever you go, state regulations, the price can change. The average campground fee per night about $25. All right, a nightly hotel room can run up to $100 to $180. That's a big price difference if you're going to spend a week or a couple days away from the house. Food wise, camping weekend doesn't cost as much food because you can use some of the stuff that you have at home. You can take bread or chips or something frozen, something you can take with you. So not spending as much money buying food. Now, in a hotel room, you have breakfast, lunch, dinner each day. And Car Intent says for an average person for one day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, $75. We had a family of four. $75 wouldn't last very long with the four of us for all three meals. Especially me, I could eat. The total cost of the weekend with the campground night and whatever food costs may average about $50 to $75 per weekend. All depends on how much food or whatever that you have. The total cost for the weekend with the $180 for the hotel rental for 3 days and the breakfast, lunch, and dinner meal $75, look at about $510. That's quite expensive for one person. You try to take your wife or your significant other or even your regular family, you get real pricey. Speaking from personal experience, me and my wife, 2 years ago, we went to the mountains. We went to see Cherokee Mountains, just beautiful place. But we stayed in a motel room. Motel room for the week we stayed there averaged about $550. And that wasn't including gas or the food that we were to get up there. The entire weekend with everything averaged about $2,000. That's quite expensive for just the two of us. Now, last year for our wedding anniversary, we went to the mountains again, except we went camping, and actually round up to be about $1,000. That's with the food, the fuel, the campsite, and we even splurged and got some some firewood so we could build a fire with marshmallows, just regular camping stuff. So you just see basic prices there. You see that camping would be more cost effective than the hotel room. Moving on to the next slide, camping versus amusement parks. I personally like amusement parks. However, not everybody likes to ride on roller coasters. With camping, you spend more direct time with your family. You sleep in a tent, you sleep in a camper, you wake up, your family is there, you eat breakfast, you go on hikes, you go bike riding, you're together. When you go to an amusement park, not everyone likes to ride on roller coasters for a start. My wife doesn't like riding roller coasters. So I spend most of the time by myself, but it's okay. But everybody splits in their own groups because of that. My mama and father used to like to go to Wild Adventures, which is in Georgia. I like to do the safari to look at all the animals. I had nothing to do with it. I don't want to look at the animals. So me and my brother, we split off to ride the roller coasters. And we weren't spending time as a family, all four of us at this one time. That's what vacation is supposed to be. When you're camping, you have more of a peaceful mornings because you can see the sunrise. You can also see the sunset. So it's a lot more peaceful than having to go and listen to loud noise at the amusement park. The upside of camping is you get to spend time in God's beautiful creations. You get to see all kinds. When me and my wife, like I said earlier, we were in the mountains last year camping. We walk in the middle of the day. It is like noontime. And then this doe just walked out, looked at us in the middle of the parking lot, looked at us, didn't make a sound, and just walked right on off. You won't see that anywhere else. You won't see that downtown. Another good thing about camping versus amusement parks is with camping, you get to create your own food. You know, things always taste better when you make them outside. Whereas amusement park, you either eating fast food in before you get there or after you get there or in the park, which can be more expensive as well. And moving on to the next slide, camping makes you slow down. Camping makes you live in the moment. Most vacations people take involve going from one place to another. And when you hear the phrase, I need a vacation for my vacation, those people typically have done 100 things in their trip instead of relaxing, which is what vacation is supposed to be. Camping Freedom website lists 7 health benefits of camping. Reason number 5, in short, means to enjoy the benefits of being in the moment. So that would definitely help for your health-wise as well. And camping also allows you to revel in all of God's beautiful creations. I can remember one of the fondest memories with me and my brother and my mother. It was early morning. We were walking out of the campsite down to the lake beside, and we seen a mother and her 2 yearlings. Most of the time down here, the mother would snort, she would stomp at you, try to scare you off, or she would bolt and take off running. She didn't do either. She looked at us just as closely and just studied us as we were studying her. You don't get to experience that anywhere else. Just the beautiful, serene moment of that. You don't experience that anywhere else. So that would be, it makes you slow down and to notice things like that. Moving on to the next slide. Camping, in my honest opinion, is the best. It is cost effective. It is better than spending money and time at amusement parks. You don't spend time together. And camping slows you down to see the beautiful things, to see the beautiful sunrise, or when you go into the mountains in the fall to see the leaves turn, which if you haven't seen the leaves turn going up to Georgia in the mountains, I suggest you do that. It's very pretty. But to camp is even better. I hope that my persuasive speech persuades you, or you and your family go try camping at least once. That's what I would want to do, because it is, in my honest opinion, the best thing to do. Hope you've enjoyed my speech. Hope you've enjoyed my video. You have a good night.